Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News. They say first impressions are everything, but what happens when a single moment, a single glance, can make you rethink everything you thought you knew? Today on The Golden Bachelor, Merle is about to meet the very first woman stepping out of the limousine, and let's just say, sparks, or maybe fireworks, are about to fly. Buckle up, because this isn't your typical cocktail party greeting. Picture this, Merle, our dashing golden bachelor, standing tall with that mix of hope and curiosity we all wish we could bottle. He's been dreaming of the perfect connection, the laughter that makes your stomach ache, the look across a crowded room that says, this could be it. And now, right before him, the first contestant is about to make her grand entrance. And there she is, the first woman out of the limo, dressed to impress, but more importantly, carrying an aura of confidence that could rival the sun. As she steps down, Merle's jaw tightens slightly, his eyes light up, and the words escape almost instinctively, "We can call it a wrap right now." Yes, you heard that correctly. Just from one glance, Merle feels a connection so immediate, so intense, that the words tumble out before his brain even catches up. But hold on, this is just the beginning, because in The Golden Bachelor, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Let's break down this moment. What does it mean when a first impression hits so hard that even the Bachelor himself says, "We can call it a wrap"? For viewers over 60, many of us have lived through the roller coaster of love, the first crush, the unexpected spark at a party, the serendipity of meeting someone who just fits. That feeling is universal, and seeing it unfold on television is both nostalgic and thrilling. Notice the small things, the gentle touch of the hand, the warm laughter, the eye contact that lingers just a second, longer than socially appropriate. These are subtle yet profound gestures that reveal far more than words ever could. Merle isn't just reacting to her appearance, he's sensing personality, charisma, the type of energy that tells you, this could be someone special. I could feel his eyes on me, and honestly, I thought, wow, maybe this is the start of something amazing. There was just a spark. And there it is, the spark, that invisible thread connecting two people in the most unexpected way. For our audience, remember, it's never just about romance, it's about timing, intuition, and the courage to take that first step, even when your heart is racing and your mind is screaming, don't mess this up. But here's the twist. Merle isn't immune to doubt. Even with that initial surge of excitement, he knows that first impressions can be deceiving. How will she navigate the complexities of the mansion, the pressure of the group dates, the cameras capturing every laugh and hesitation? And most importantly, will that first spark evolve into something deeper or fizzle under the bright lights of reality TV? As more women step out of the limos, each carries their own energy, their own stories, their own chance at winning Merle's heart. But the magic of the first encounter lingers. It's a reminder that sometimes, in love, timing is everything. That first step, that first glance, that first smile, it can set the tone for everything that follows. And in this mansion, where every conversation is amplified and every choice scrutinized, that first spark might just be the one to ignite a wildfire. And so, the stage is set. One glance, one word, one smile, the perfect storm of anticipation. Will this connection survive the drama, the rose ceremonies, and the inevitable twists of The Golden Bachelor? Or will it be another fleeting moment, remembered fondly, but never realized? Only time will tell. Next time, will Merle give the first rose to the woman who made him utter those unforgettable words? Stay tuned, because the next chapter is just around the corner.
Might be over in seconds, but its ripple is felt throughout the mansion. Mel's words, "We can call it a wrap right now," hang in the air like a promise, a challenge, a question. And as the other contestants arrive, each carrying hope, excitement, and just a hint of nerves, the tension builds. For those of us watching, there's a thrill in anticipating not only who will capture Mel's attention next, but how the first spark might shape the dynamics of the entire season. Notice Mel's subtle reactions, every raised eyebrow, every soft smile, every pause as he watches a contestant descend. These are the tiny moments that reveal more than words ever could. And for our audience, there's a lesson here. True connection isn't about the loudest entrance or the flashiest outfit. It's about the energy, the authenticity, and the courage to be yourself, even when the cameras are rolling. Let's pause for a moment and consider this. For Mel, the first woman has set a standard. That spark he felt, it's now the benchmark for everyone else who enters. And while it might sound like a fairy tale, anyone who's been in love knows this is exactly how it happens. That instant recognition, that magnetic pull is rare. And the mansion, with all its glamour, lights, and expectations, will test it every step of the way. I could tell she caught his attention right away. There's something about her. It's like the room shifted and you just notice. And here's where the drama begins, because in The Golden Bachelor, every connection is visible. Every smile, every whisper, every shared laugh is analyzed, not only by the other contestants, but by the audience at home. For viewers in their 60s, think of it like being at a family reunion. Subtle glances and gestures speak volumes before a single word is exchanged. Mel takes a step back. He's smiling, yet contemplative. There's a part of him that knows this initial spark may or may not survive the complexities ahead. Love, as many of us have discovered over decades of experience, isn't always instant chemistry. It requires patience, understanding, and the willingness to navigate challenges together. And while the mansion presents a whirlwind of dates, conversations, and rose ceremonies, that first woman, she's now the standard, the heartbeat, the emotional anchor. I didn't expect it, honestly. I was nervous, but the moment I saw him, it just felt right, like something I've been waiting for without even realizing it. And there it is, vulnerability, courage even. In that brief interaction, she has revealed not just her excitement, but her willingness to open her heart, to risk disappointment for the chance at something extraordinary. For our viewers, remember, it's these moments of bravery, in love or in life, that often define the journey more than the destination. As the other women arrive, they can't help but notice the connection that's already formed. And here's where the psychological drama of the mansion begins. Everyone is vying for attention, yet respect, grace, and authenticity play a huge role. Watching from the sidelines, Mel is evaluating not just chemistry, but personality, humor, and emotional depth. The first woman has set a tone. Will she hold it? Can the spark endure? These questions now linger, creating a tension that feels almost tangible. And here's the beauty. Even with all the cameras, all the expectations, and all the dramatics, there's a simple truth at play. Connection is human. Chemistry is universal. And watching Mel's eyes light up is a reminder that at any age, love is alive, unpredictable, and capable of surprising us when we least expect it. So, what happens next? Will Mel's first impression hold? Will the other contestants rise to the challenge, or fade in comparison to the woman who stepped out of the limo first? And, most importantly, will that initial spark ignite a lasting flame, or will it flicker in the mansion's unpredictable environment? The answers are just beginning to unfold. Next time, the first rose ceremony approaches. Who will claim Mel's heart first, and who will be left waiting in suspense? Stay tuned, because the journey has only just
doors
begun.
Continue to open. The atmosphere shifts. The mansion is no longer just a backdrop. It becomes a living, breathing character in this unfolding story. Each woman stepping onto the grand steps brings her own energy, her own hopes, and her own story waiting to be told. And for Mel, the challenge is growing. How do you balance the excitement of the first spark with the curiosity of every new arrival? For viewers at home, think back to times when you met someone new and had to navigate the tension between first impressions and deeper understanding. That same delicate balance is now playing out in real time. Mel's first spark sets a reference point, but each new contestant brings unpredictability, new laughter, and the possibility of stirring something unexpected. Notice how Mel's expressions shift with each arrival. Politeness is obvious, but curiosity, interest, and yes, a hint of calculation are always at play. In a mansion full of charm, charisma, and competition, it's not just about attraction. It's about compatibility. emotional intelligence, and that rare alchemy that makes two people click. Meanwhile, our first spark holder, the woman who inspired Mel's unforgettable words, watches quietly. Her confidence hasn't wavered, yet subtle hints of awareness play across her face. She knows the game has just begun, and the challenge isn't to capture attention once, it's to sustain connection amidst rising curiosity and competition. Here's where the magic of the Golden Bachelor truly begins. Every glance exchanged, every laugh shared, becomes a puzzle piece in the larger mosaic of attraction. And for us watching, it's a reminder that love, at any stage of life, is rarely straightforward. It's unpredictable, layered, and breathtaking in its complexity. Mel steps aside for a quiet moment, a chance to absorb everything he's witnessed. The first spark, the new arrivals, the laughter echoing through the mansion walls, it's all a delicate dance of timing, intuition, and courage. At this stage, even a glance can communicate more than 1,000 words, and every heartbeat matters. It's intense, of course, but watching him interact with everyone, especially the first woman, you realize there's a lot more than surface-level attraction. There's depth, curiosity, maybe even destiny. And destiny, that's the word that resonates here. For viewers in their 60s, it may remind you of love stories from your own life. Sudden, unexpected, and often life-changing. In the mansion, destiny doesn't announce itself loudly. It whispers in laughter, lingers in glances, and waits for the bold to respond. The introduction of each contestant brings more than beauty. It brings story, history, and personality. Mel isn't just evaluating attraction. He's observing resilience, humor, and kindness. These traits are timeless, resonating deeply with viewers who understand that lasting love is rooted in character, not just chemistry. And notice the subtle detail. The first woman isn't passive. Her confidence shines through, not in arrogance, but in grace. She understands that initial sparks are fleeting unless nurtured. That delicate awareness, combined with genuine charm, creates a tension in the mansion that's both thrilling and heartwarming. So now the stage is truly set. We've seen the first spark, witnessed curiosity meet excitement, and felt the mansion's subtle pressures rising. The question on everyone's mind is, who will stand out next? Who will challenge the connection Mel felt from the very beginning? And how will that initial spark influence every choice, every conversation, and every laugh that follows? Next time, a surprising twist shakes the mansion. One contestant steps forward with a bold move that leaves Mel and the audience stunned. Don't miss it, because the journey has only just begun.